Wendy Williams.
Ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Game Shoes of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing the
Okay, so a special shout out to Janelle Funderburk. We went to college together at Northeastern, and she runs a girls program out on Long Island. And so she called me to ask me if I could come and, talk to the girls for their empowerment day. And I had to quickly get off the telephone. I know what it sounded like. It sounded like all the pomposity of Wendy's made it big on the radio. And now she don't have no time to talk to, nobody from back in the day. Because I said, Janelle, I have to go. Bye. And I hung up the phone. So, Janelle, you see, it was a minute before showtime. How you doing? Okay, you got my extension and stuff. Oh, God. I'm so out of breath, really. It's going to be a big show. Can I get a break? I apologize. All right, everybody, keep it where you got it. It's the Wendy Williams Experience. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm sorry we got started in such a mess at the top of the hour. I didn't even realize the clock in the office is not set exact. So I didn't even realize that we were coming up to the top. And then I was doing Access Hollywood earlier today, and they wanted to get, what they call B-roll. The B-roll is when I'm not talking to them, but they're just filming me doing something. So what they ended up getting me B-roll of is me running down the hall to the studio, just everything akimbo, bouncing and flying. So, I think that's going to be on Access Hollywood today. They usually turn it around. Although, Access Hollywood today. And what was I talking about? Oh, violence in hip-hop. C Murder, Beanie Siegel. Beanie Siegel CD is about to debut number 3 on the charts. Dame Dash has been going around promoting it, as well as Beanie's mother. That's an interview right there, Beanie's mom's. That's an interview. Just trouble in hip-hop and whatnot. Anyway, but what we will be talking about today here on the show, I went to the jeans shop, the place with the custom. Okay.
I was supposed to go.
And I'm going to break it down to you, what all was doing and everything, and I can give you the telephone number too, next hour for Advice Hour. Also, if you are a woman with large feet like me, I'm talking about the 11s and the 12s, don't ask me about wide, okay? I have wide feet too. Oh, excuse me? It's not always a fright. Although, really, nobody wants to look at all that. I mean, you just try to make them as pretty as possible, throw on some toenail polish and some lotion, go on about your business. But summer's coming, and we certainly don't want to keep our feet closed in, regardless of what they might look like. And so, therefore, I have another place for you to go and purchase shoes. And if you happen to be the mother of a young girl with big feet, and I know how you don't like to get her, really expensive or really over-the-top womanly shoes, but you just want to get your 15-year-old who might happen to have 11 or 12 feet, some simple, reasonably priced, girly shoes for a young girl. Well, I have a place for you to go for that also. So I have 2 shoe recommendations, and I'll talk to you about the jeans shop. I went there. And also I want to give you rave reviews on a lotion that darkens you and makes you glow at the same time. A lotion. You're not orange in color once it's done, and it's tried and true. Anyway, okay, so enough about that. I wanted to gossip today about Marlon Brando. Brittany and Kevin are just a mess. So we're going to talk about Shaggy. And we'll talk about Michael Jackson and Angelina, Brad, and Jennifer. That still is unfolding, and it's just a phenomenal story. I mean, mostly because it's happening to somebody else and not to us. I mean, we get a chance to look at it and see it all unfold because, truth be told, Angelina Jolie is she's a trifling hoe. Okay? It really is. And yeah, he's dead wrong too, but maybe it's just the way she purchased her lips Oh, and she looks at us, not the Zellweger purse, but the Jolie purse, which is totally different. I've almost forgotten that Brad is the main one who's dead wrong through this, because she just what makes me want to hate her so much. This is Angelina Jolie.
Takes two.
It does take two, and I have to continually be reminded that he is the dog and she's done nothing wrong except for continue to poach, knowing that, tapping it once. Okay, oops, I forgot you're married. But continually doing it. And Jennifer Aniston is just such a Jenny to me. It's like, to me, she's no competition, not in a stare down, not in a fist fight, not in looks, like nothing. Jennifer, you are just so Midwest to me. I mean, there is nothing glamorous, fabulous. Yes. You are so out of your league. Jen, it probably wouldn't hurt you so much if he chose somebody plain like you, like, if you got back with Gwyneth or something. But he's just chosen somebody totally out of your league in every possible way. I'm sorry, Jen. She just wins on every level. Jolie wins to Aniston on every level. And she can take her Friends award and put that where back there, because Friends is over. What have you done lately? It's not so bad that Usher's father is in jail and is a crack addict. It's the way the headlines read. Why does the headline have to read violent jailed crack addict in big, bold print? You've got to be kidding me. Why are they going to do Usher in like this?
Because he's big.
Yes, and the writing about the word violent, jailed, and crack addict, those 4 words are bigger than him. Are bigger than his image. They're huge. Give me my ruler.
Top billing.
These letters measure 3/4 of an inch big. Do you know how big the writing is? 3/4 of an inch in a newspaper? Violent, jailed, crack addict. It's an article by Lee Hannon. America's biggest selling music star Usher has a secret confession for his millions of fans. His father is a crack addict who's behind bars for shoplifting and fighting with police. Usher's father's name is Usher, too. Usher even phoned his 48-year-old father, Usher, after hearing he'd been arrested in Chattanooga, Tennessee. In December, Usher Sr. was released on bond after being charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and assaulting the cops. A month later, Walmart security staff called the cops after Usher Sr. tried to leave the store without paying for several coats. He was sentenced to 11 months and 29 days for shoplifting and resisting arrest. Usher Sr. walked out on Usher's mom, Jonetta, shortly after giving birth to who would become Usher the Great. What a fool for the father. It took him a long time to accept Usher as his boy, says Don King, an old school friend. Not of Usher Sr., but Usher Jr. Oh, it's all so confusing. Everybody got the same names. He's a good man who got in the wrong crowd. He started taking crack cocaine, freebasing, and then stealing. That's usually... No. You mean he probably started by smoking Newports, Because cigarettes, that's the gateway drug. When you see your 14-year-old smoking cigarettes, look out. I'm sorry, everybody. I am on the radio, whoever this is. You understand what I'm saying? You don't start out by taking crack cocaine. You graduate. You start out by smoking cigarettes. That is the original, to me, gateway drug. And after cigarettes, some people don't go any further, but others, first it's the cigarettes, then it's the weed. No, then it's the booze. And sometimes it's the booze, then the cigarettes. Because once you drink booze, then you want to look cool. So you smoke cigarettes. And then the weed. and the sex. That's all jumbled up in one. Then after that, a couple lines, maybe a tab, a mask, or e-pill, or then after you do the couple of lines and the tab and the mask, then you graduate into freebasing, smoking crack. Then if you're tired of purchasing your crack, you just want to make it happen for yourself, then you get your whole Chef Boyardee, you start cooking it up yourself. That's a shame. It's not a shame about Usher's father and what's up with him. What's a shame is that they blast this in the headlines so big. That's okay, Usher. You're a sometimes friend of the show and you give good red carpet. You hold your head, man, and stay out of trouble. They can't get you, so they're looking at your father. That's okay, Usher. Michael will be behind bars soon, and the world is yours. There are a lot of good guys out here in the R&B world right now whose music I really dig, but nobody's touching Usher at this point. Hey, Usher, you need one of them big box office smashes, though. Did you hear? Justin Timberlake is playing Bruce Willis's son in the next Die Hard. Now, what you going to do? All right, just watching. He'll come out with somebody. He needs to play somebody's life story like Jamie Foxx did. And, he's probably taking acting classes now. He's going to come out and he's going to play, the sitting on the dock of the bay, Sam Cooke or somebody like that. Yeah. Oh, boy. I was thinking about the Gladys Knight chicken and waffles because I got a lot of emails, or check my emails, from people who live in Atlanta saying that the chicken and waffles are banging at Gladys Knight and Ron Winans chicken and waffles. Oh, you're talking about it yesterday? All right, you guys, the phones are open and you keep it here. Thanks. Ow. Sorry about that. Okay. Wrong button. That was twice yesterday, 3 times the day before. Do I continue to add them up? It's the art. It's the Wendy Williams experience, everybody. He claps for himself.
I'm giving for the show.
Oh, thank you. That's the correct button then. Wendy Williams experience. What's up, Susie John? Susie John, stop asking so many questions. Obviously, you know what's up. Shout out to Kat. Thank you for turning us on today, Kat. And the Brooklyn Drillnistas, we'll get to that during our time together. And you know when that is. And shout out to Dave. Dave says, Wendy, you can be so hypocritical sometimes. He puts 5 O's in so. So hypocritical sometimes. Why are you yelling about Usher's father and the way it reads in the newspaper? If they didn't put it that way, you would have found a way to do the same thing. You're just mad because someone beat you to it. No, I'm not mad because they beat me to it, but you're right. I would have found a way to put it in the same way. You know how this show works, Dave. You've been listening long enough, and thank you for that, Dave. Britney Spears and Kevin Federline. What do we say about this skanky woman and this dirty man? Well, it's all going down in the Post. Britney and Kevin, they're saying, might be separated, leading to divorce before that reality show on UPN premieres next month. And they're citing behavior and whatnot. It goes on to say that, over Easter weekend, we were talking about that yesterday, when Britney spent her time, at her brother's house, and he was in Vegas spending her money. Well, apparently, and by the way, playing host, it says in the newspaper, to, another woman. Yeah. They stayed at the, apparently they stayed at the Fairmont Hotel. Or they're staying there right now. They, meaning Britney and Kevin. The Fairmont Hotel is in Santa Monica, but they're staying in separate rooms. Apparently, their compound, their mansion, is being redone, renovated, whatever. So, they've moved into the hotel until renovations are done. But Britney is staying in the main building of the hotel, and Kevin is staying in a bungalow. there at the hotel. And it says they weren't together all this past weekend. So they're also saying that they called their family in for an emergency meeting. They're having serious issues, and the family is trying to help them work it out. They spend almost no time together talking things through, even though the word is out that Britney's pregnant. And while he's busy doing his thing over at the hotel, whatever that is, smoking his cigarettes and drinking his coffee, she's walking around the hotel in big clothes, like muumuus and, everything covering this belly part. So nothing's really confirmed with this baby thing, although, why do I believe? I believe she's pregnant. And somebody at the hotel goes on to say every time they came and went to and from the hotel, it was always in separate cars. This is over the weekend. Now, they're still there. Although, now that everybody knows they're at that hotel and the hotel staff is speaking, they'll probably relocate to another hotel. It goes on to say, Kevin played a lot of golf at a nearby golf course, and Britney was just roaming the hotel in her oversized sweatshirt and muumuu, sobbing. And so a representative for Britney says, everything is fine. They're fine. Everything is fine. They're fine. And here's the quote. As for Britney and Kevin, they're still together. They're happy, and they're gearing up to do press on the new TV show. And they say, for the record, Bit, that's Britney's Chihuahua, and Pork Chop is a bulldog. Pork Chop is owned by Britney's brother, apparently. Well, Bit is pregnant by Pork Chop. And so Chihuahua and a bulldog. And so apparently Britney's upset because she feels that's incest, because it's her brother who owns the bulldog. Meanwhile, the reality show should be pretty good, although it's not going to show the most dramatic part of them. Like, who cares about their wedding? And before they were married, they're dating. I mean, what we want to see is now, while the fire's going on. But the footage that they shot, and we talked about this yesterday, it's in the paper again today, was shot by them and their entourage during their dating period, and also at the wedding. So who cares? But we'll watch. I didn't even see the Starlet last night. I got so caught up in Rolanda Watt's show over on the PAX channel, The Lie Detector. I like that show. I like Rolanda. I like your show. And normally, what my Tuesdays consist of, between 9 and 10 o'clock, is I go back and forth between the Starlet and Rolanda's show. But last night, I was so caught up in Rolanda's show, I forgot that the Starlet was on. I wasn't even there during the boardroom meeting when Faye Dunaway read everybody a riot, along with Vivica and the other man. I missed out on that yesterday. I love Rolanda's show. So about Brad and Angelina, do I even have time to get to it? Oh, by the way, if you have a keloid and you would like to reduce it, I'm going to give you a website and a high recommendation from somebody that I know who uses this particular product. You go online and you can order it for yourself. I'll talk to you about that during Advice Hour, which is coming up next hour. But about Angelina and Brad, and we got to continue this outside of this break because I'm not going to have enough time. Apparently, she's switched agencies. She's no longer with whoever she was with before. She's now with CAA, Creative Artist Agency. It happens to be where Brad and Jennifer are also clients. And Brad's personal agent at CAA is now Angelina's agent at CAA. I mean, that combined with their little getaway to Palm Springs where she was doing a photo shoot, I think, for Elle magazine. And he checked into, like, the adjoining room to vacation. It wasn't even on Mr. and Mrs. Smith Business, the movie that they're doing together. Jennifer, just, lesson learned. Write it off and move on. There's no battling Angelina. He's gone. He's lost. And that vacation was right after she filed for divorce. So he was just taking a breather with his jump off.
I'm looking for a type of job in which I can teach females how to give good professionals. I'm very interested in that. I'm very good at it.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Everybody needs some.
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Lifewise Entertainment presents Hard Bottom Fridays at Westchester's most exciting, glamorous R&B spot. It's called Lounge 42. This and every Friday night, the WBLS live broadcast. Experience the mix of R&B, old school reggae, and more. And the music will be done by the world-famous Brucey B. And guess what? This Friday, I'm back in the building because I loved it so much last time I was there. So it's Wendy Williams and Brucey B and WBLS and Lounge 42, located at 42 West Broad Street in the Fleetwood section of Mount Vernon. Now, doors open up at 11 p.m. The broadcast begins at 1 a.m. and the doors stay open until 4 a.m. The first 150 ladies are in there free, and the first 100 guys are in there free too. Females 23 and older, guys 25 and older. Proper ID is a must, and the dress code is in full effect. No springtime fly, no hard bottoms, no entry. Lounge 42 West Broad Street in the Fleetwood section of Mount Vernon. It's exit 7 off the Cross County Parkway. So easy to get to. Lounge 42, the place to be Friday night in Mount Vernon.